What's going on, everybody? Welcome back once again to Learn to Tank. Today I'm gonna be talking about trinkets, when to use them, how to use them, and all that good shit. What inspired me to do this guide is every time I'm on the forums, there seems to be always somebody that is asking what trinket should I use for this fight. So today we're gonna go over every fight and I'm gonna tell you what trinkets to use, which ones are good. And again, this is the trinkets I choose. There might be better combinations, but this one gives me a result. Also, if you haven't subscribed, please do so. It does help me a lot. Alright, let's get to business. Morchak. Morchak is all about the stumps. So you want to have some kind of absorb mitigation whenever you dip low, so your healers have some room to get you back up. For this reason, I use Indomitable Pride and Spindle. Both of these trinkets, whenever they proc, they put an absorb on you, and it does create that room, that help for your healers to get you back up. One procs at 50%, another one 35%. So together, they make a great combination for this fight. Here are some alternatives, other trinkets that you can use for this fight in case you don't have those two. On to the next one. Yor'sahj. This fight is all about mitigating magical damage. Your main source of damage is Void Bolt, which is shadow damage, so you want to pull out that mirror of broken images and start mitigating some of that magical damage. Now if you don't have this trinket, I suggest you go get it because it's really good for this fight. But just in case you don't have it, or you're too lazy to go do the dailies and get it, then for the alternative you're gonna have to go with stamina. Put 2 stamina trinkets on, because avoidance is not going to help you survive all the magical damage from this fight. Warlord Zon'ozz. I already did a complete guide for this fight, so if you haven't seen it, I suggest you click the link in the bottom and check it out. For this encounter, I go with Mirror of Broken Images to mitigate Psychic Drain and Indomitable Pride. Here are some alternatives, other choices you can use in case you don't have those 2 trinkets. Hagera. This fight is all about Focus Assault. Now, Focus Assault cannot be avoided, cannot be parried, cannot be dodged, cannot be blocked. So you want to stack stamina for this fight. Similar to the case in Yor'sahj, avoidance is not going to help you survive it, so you want to go with stamina. In case you don't have those trinkets, Scales of Life work pretty well, gives you a free self heal whenever you're getting hit by Focus Assault, so that one's a good option. But if you don't have none of these, just use any stamina trinkets you have. Ultraxion. It's a pretty fun fight. And I say this because we get the Last Defender buff, which reduces the cooldown on defensive abilities, so we have all the avoidance we need from that. So just put on your stamina trinkets and you'll be fine. Now if your raid is having issues with DPS, this is the reason why I say this fight is really fun. Since we have all the avoidance we need, we can throw on some DPS trinkets and put up some good damage, but always let your healers know that you're doing this. Homeboy Blackhorn. This fight, it really depends on how good your gear is. If you're really under gear and you don't have a lot of stamina, you want to go with 2 stamina trinkets to be able to survive the spike damage at the end of the fight. But if you have the gear already and you have enough stamina, then for your second slot you can put an avoidance trinket. Any of these choices works fine. Spine. I already did a complete guide for this fight, so if you haven't seen it, please check it out. Click the link at the bottom. For this fight, you want to have avoidance. If you're tanking the oozes, you want to have all the avoidance you can get. I use Reshuffle Them Dying because when you block, you still take damage, but when you dodge, you don't. So that's why I use Reshuffle Them Dying. There's other choices you can use that work fine, mastery trinkets, but the big thing is be unhittable. CTC cap. Madness. I already did a complete guide for this fight, so if you haven't seen it, again, click at the bottom, check it out. For this fight, I go with Stay of Execution and Indomitable Pride. I go with Stay of Execution because it has a 2-minute cooldown, so I can pair it with my shield wall, and also, the biggest reason is the Absorb helps you survive the shit out of the Impale. It makes Impale a joke once you have this trinket. Indomitable Pride, simple. Once you get hit by Impale, it procs, so it gives you that Absorb, that room for the healers to get you back up. Now if you're too lazy to go get Stay of Execution, then the best choice is to go with double stamina trinkets. You want to have enough stamina to survive Impale. Alright guys, that was every fight in Dragon Soul, so now you know what trinkets to use so you don't get shit on by these bosses. Now if you haven't subscribed, please do so, like the video and tell your friends about Learn to Tank. Thanks for watching, keep it wet.